Hey there, I'm WC9 meteorologist Michaela Lucero. We're continuing to track Hurricane Idalia as it's moving across the Gulf of Mexico. It's a Category 2 storm as of about 10 o'clock on Tuesday evening, but it is expected to strengthen into a Category 3 storm any moment now. Winds within up to about 110 miles an hour with gusts closer to 120. It's expected to make landfall along that Florida coastline as early as about Wednesday morning. I do think it could be closer to the afternoon. It is going to bring life-threatening storm surge, damaging winds, flooding. It is going to be a very significant storm as it passes that way. It does look like it will make landfall around the Big Bend of Florida. I'm talking from Apalachicola down to Cedar Key. That's the area that could see the largest impacts from the storm system. It is expected to maintain that Category 1 strength as it passes over Georgia and throughout the Carolinas as well, mostly just hugging the coastline of the Carolinas before it heads back off into the ocean and starts to weaken along the way. This is going to be a very significant system, not only for Florida, but also for portions of Georgia as well. Now, we're talking about winds. Winds within the storm are up to 110 miles per hour. That means it's the strongest Category 2 hurricane that it can be. If we get winds up to 111, that's when it becomes a Category 3 storm. So we are very, very close to this storm upgrading to becoming a major hurricane. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens later on tonight, if not early on Wednesday morning. As far as our watches and warnings go, I was telling you that this is a significant storm for Georgia as well. Hurricane warnings extend into portions of southern Georgia. Not only Florida, but also portions of Georgia are in that tropical storm watch as well, even tropical storm warnings for the areas you see there in yellow. This is expected to be a pretty powerful system for Florida and Georgia, and even portions of South Carolina are included in that tropical storm warning. Now, when we look at the spaghetti plots here, what I want you to notice is several different models all show what these lines. That's what we're showing you here, different models and what they predict is going to happen with this system. The closer those lines are together, the more confidence we have in our forecast. So see how they're all really in agreement on where the storm system is going? That gives us a good idea that this is headed closer to that Big Bend of Florida. But here's the good news. The area that this is headed to is not extremely populated. It is more of a swampy area of Florida. So yes, there are still residents there, but it's not an extremely populated region. Our models also all agree that this will pass through portions of Georgia and South Carolina before it heads off into the ocean, and then they all kind of disagree on where it will be in days from now or towards the weekend. All right, we also have to talk about Franklin. We have Hurricane Franklin. It's a Category 3 hurricane as of this evening. It is expected to stay off in the ocean, but this is significant because it will cause some impacts here on the East Coast. We are expecting to see some more significant surf as well as a significant increase in our risk for rip current. So if you are planning on heading out to the beaches for the holiday weekend, be aware that we might have some dangerous waters out there. So make sure that you're using extra caution if you do wade in. As far as our name list goes, the next name we should be listening for is Jose. We are now on to the letter J.